Let's talk music, because obviously you've had the new single New Eyes come out. From the new album Velvet, when is it coming?
We haven't set the date yet. We're still you know, kind of reading the tea leaves and figuring out what we want to do. All the music is done. Right. Putting the finishing touches on, like mixing and mastering and stuff like that. But all the music is there, and I'm really proud of it. It's such a labor of love, this project. You know, I've worked on it for over 3 years. Yeah. I really took my time, and a lot of that had to do with the fact that I was creatively exploring at the beginning. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to create. And so it took a while in the studio, a little trial and error, to decide what the direction was and what the sound was. And once that started to come together, it made things kind of start to gain momentum. Okay. And yeah, and then I had some setbacks too, like business stuff, things, you know, logistics that takes like time to work through. And once I figured it out, now we're on track.
It's definitely coming soon, though, right? Yeah. Okay, because I know there's a lot of
there's a lot of
music who are like.
I know they've been blowing me up online, and of course I'm anxious to get all that music out there, you know. What I really love about where we're at in the music industry in 2019 is that there's no really one way to do anything now. You can kind of write your own rules, and I'm really into that. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, look at BTS. Like, who would have thought that a huge Korean band were going to blow up worldwide like they have?
You never know. You never know. I think as long as you, as an artist, if you're making music that you believe in, that's authentic, and you care about it, and it's an extension of your spirit, it'll find an audience. I think that's the way it goes. Yeah. You know, of course, it's important to play the game. You know, it's a business, it's an industry, but at the heart of it, it is music. And that's one thing that I've been telling myself a lot on this project, is trying to focus first and foremost on the integrity of the music, you know?
But are you going to take it on a solo tour?
I would love to. That is the goal. Okay. Yes.
So I know you're busy with Queen, obviously, doing the tour with them.
Yes.
In North America and stuff.
Well, I mean, what's great with Queen is that we do these tours, which are wildly, you know, they're very successful, which is really great. And we've done a lot of them. But it's not that much of a time commitment, actually. You know, this North American tour is about 6 weeks.
Okay.
So 6 weeks, do all of our shows, have an amazing summer, and then I get right back into promoting my music again.
But no UK dates for it?
Not yet.
Okay. I was going to say, I was like, how can you tour with Queen and not come to the UK?
Yet. Yeah.
But I know Brian said that he doesn't want Queen to become like a museum group, and he does want to do new music. Is that something that you would be a part of?
I don't know. I mean, it's like one of those never say never type things. You know, we have been asked it repeatedly by the press and by fans. And when we talk about it, it always kind of just seems like, well, if something comes up and it's the right song or the right idea for the right project, sure, maybe we would do it. And I always say, like, it is interesting, though, because to me, Queen, as far as original music goes, is Freddie, John, Roger, and Brian. You know, I've stepped in as the singer. You know, I'm like a featured guest with Queen.
You made your mark with them, though,
of course,
as well.
Of course. But it's billed, you know, Queen plus me. It's like I don't consider myself Queen. Queen is these 4 legends, you know, and so if we did record something, would it be called Queen? I don't know if it would.
Okay, yeah, I get what you mean.
It turns into almost like a supergroup thing that's something else. I don't know. But I love working with Roger and Brian. They're like family now, and we have so much fun on stage. Yeah. And they're brilliant. They're brilliant at what they do.
Oh, absolutely. Have you got any singles from your solo career that you, or songs I should say, off your albums that you wish had been singles? Because I find...
all of them.
Well, that's the thing when they're just on an album, and there's some which you really love and the wider public don't hear them unless they get the album. Yeah. Are there any for you which you're like, I really wish?
There's been a lot. Yeah, I mean, I'm really proud of all my albums. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like in this day and age, the way that an artist releases music is changing. I think in order to make sure that people get a chance to really hear everything they put out, the whole like the playbook is different. And people are just putting out songs now that aren't even part of albums, and you know, there's all these different ways of doing it. But I do think that there's been a handful of songs that there's a song on my album Trespassing called Cuckoo that was just like a blast to perform. There was a song called Fever on that album, on the first album, that Lady Gaga actually wrote. Ah. Yeah. There's been a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot.
I know, you've done a lot of music.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget how many, like, obviously albums there were before, but are we going to see many collaborations then on this album? On Velvet?
Potentially. That's still coming together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you've released some of the songs that were on there, the names of
the
them.
names,
but,
yeah.
not given too much away yet.
I mean, there may be a collaboration or two, but I felt really strongly about this project kind of taking like a left turn stylistically from some of the stuff that I've done in the past. I wanted to explore like a new sound, and really make a mark for myself in you know, it's been 4 years since I put out an album, and it was really important for me to make an artistic statement with this and just be like, this is where I'm at right now. These songs, these ideas, these concepts, this is me, and really try to do it with as much authenticity as possible. And it's fun. These songs are so much fun, and I can't wait to get them live on stage. Because more than ever, I think on this album, I think that there's a purity of arrangement where these songs can be played with instruments, real live instruments. You know, it's not going to be heavily dependent on a bunch of playback and backtracks and you know, bells and whistles. It's a bit more of a purist kind of experience.